Good old FB. I got
Cool.
Dorian Gray as DG.
Why?
Because I'm going to write out all of Dorian Gray.
Dang, Scott.
Well, you
Dorian
certainly
Gray.
like saying it enough. This is becoming another one of those Dr. Samantha Calvin things.
All right.
I'm going to call her Dor. Just to save time.
Dory, maybe?
Dory's good. Dory's good.
Who are we talking about? The flesh beast?
Yeah.
Dor?
He got
No.
confused.
Flesh Beast is FB. Dorian Gray is just Dor.
Oh.
Dory.
See,
And welcome back to the...
he got confused because we didn't say the full name.
Ah.
That's a problem. It's
We're
not a
working
good
on that.
nickname if it's confusing.
We're workshopping it.
And welcome back to the Seven Stars to the Right podcast. This is session 31. How you guys doing?
Great.
Hi.
Jeff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Great energy.
For sure.
it's cold outside and I hate it.
Is cold outside.
You ever been cold?
Flesh beast.
Try flesh.
You want to not feel anything again? Try flesh beast.
So I think you guys have some recollection of what happened last time, considering also I have the map out in front of us and
Yeah.
you guys all laid out on the fire escape. But if you want to quickly go through what you guys remember from last session. No?
Flesh. It's a lot of
Flesh,
Yeah, a lot
flesh,
of-
flesh everywhere, ripping and tearing and sounds of
We
eternal torment.
got the beacon for Dorian Gray, and we tried to get her attention, and we fucked around a little bit, and then we did
On boats mostly.
on boats mostly. So then we went up into this building and we found her, and she told us a bunch of lore things, and then we got attacked by a flesh beast.
Yeah.
That
Certainly
pretty much,
That's right.
did.
that's pretty much it.
That's good.
That's about right.
We killed Juan.
Oh, we confirmed that Arceus wasn't dead yet.
Yeah, you guys called Arcus and he was like, hey.
And we were
Still
very much
alive.
like, wow, we really expected you to be dead. We didn't expect you to pick up. It was one of those really awkward calls where like you call because you feel like you're sort of obligated to, and then you just have nothing to say.
We were like, your Uber will be ready in 20 minutes. Give us like a hot second.
So you guys did meet with Dorian Gray. She shared some very important information with you guys. Would
Medium important, I
All right,
guess.
yeah. Maybe we could just gloss over it then real quick to remind
Would you like us to
ourselves.
recap that?
Yeah.
All right.
What did Dorian Gray tell you
Okay,
guys?
what I've got written down is so the previous Dorian Gray worked for a little bit with the Zethra Group, which is that company that I've been trying to sabotage. They have a factory that makes They make hydroditrite.
Hydroditrite.
Fuck yeah, I wrote that down in a way.
HDT. It's in the game.
So hydroditrite
Mm-hmm.
is a chemical used for genetic enhancement that's being sent to the Chancellor of Orisiame. And the Chancellor is not who they say they are. That's cryptic.
I can help out with that part.
Pre-Scream, Orisiame had two ruling families. One was psychic and one was genetically engineered. And only a couple of the genetically engineered ones survived the Scream, but they're the same ones who are still in power. That's crazy. They've been doing raids to collect people to keep them alive and make an army. Records of GE, who was used when and where. Oh, there are records of what they've been doing. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Dorian Gray referenced that if you
And
can
said,
get a
hey,
hand of those
you go
records-
do that. And we're like, how about you go do that? And she was like,
Flesh
no.
metal.
And then Jeff was like,
What's that
Flesh
sound? What's that sound over there?
well, to be fair, I did bring it up first. Also, I will call out, it is floating.
Yes,
I
that's
really
true.
need this to be clear because in my head, I keep picturing your great description of like the thing like ripping as it moves. I'm just picturing limbs here and like, you know, the thump thump drag of like every scary movie thing ever.
Mhm.
I'm seeing a thump thump drag, but no, you guys, this thing can fly and we need to keep that in mind.
So it's less no face from Spirited Away when he's like freaking out and going down the hallway,
Yeah.
and more Lost Smoke Monster situation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's a good way. That's a good way to
Evil
put it.
cloud, but pulpy.
Yeah, if you want, I can just go through it.
Flesh beast now with extra pulp.
Yeah, I hate having pulp in my clouds.
We have a shapeless shifting mass hovering off the ground. Its body is an amalgamation of scales and hides of different creatures.
Yep.
Pointed and ridged features blend into completely smooth hides. Patches of different types of mottled and mangled fur poke in between those gaps of scales and shells.
This is your pilot speaking.
While the mottled fur is different shades of beige and brown, the scales are constantly shifting display of brilliant colors and hues. Eyes of different creatures covered its shapeless form, compound eyes of predators and prey. Protruding from this mass are two long arms that end in scythe-like blades. As it moves, there's a cacophony of flesh being torn and broken as it shifts and spreads and contracts.
Thank you for flying.
Thank you for flying,
Flesh Beast.
Delta Airlines.
Thank you for choosing Flesh Beast.
So yeah, that's what you got. Oh, that's what Micah sees. I think Micah was the only one to look back.
And thank
repeat that
God
all out
she did.
Verbatim. That's
Thank
like, oh, it
God
looks approximately
she
like it has
did.
shifting scales and fur. And
Also, I just listened to Adventure Zone. They have a similar creature, but yours sounds better.
Oh, thank you.
We love
You're
our
welcome.
formless things
Yeah.
in role playing games. TTRPGs love
Well,
terrifying
well, shut-
creatures.
Frankensteinian monsters. Our
Frankensteinian.
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 Frankensteinian. Yep. Anyway, we're in the middle of a run
So-
for our lives kind of fight here.
yeah, we kind of stopped right at that moment last
Yeah.
time, didn't
No.
we?
Yeah.
And before we hop into it, I'm going to quickly describe the scene that we have laid out in front of us. So because it's kind of difficult with a completely flat surface to show both verticality as well as was that horizontal movement, we have a bit of a weird system where there's a bunch of squares that are pointing to another square that acts as the fire escape that you
I
guys
think
are
we should
currently
just
running
made
down.
a tower out of popsicle sticks. That would have been real cool.
Did not have the
True.
time to do that, but next time I'll keep that
I
in
will
mind.
take charge on the popsicle stick creations.
Excellent.
I think
This
we
is
should
a
have
team.
I think we should have Jeff juggle the figures
Ah.
and keep them up at the height that they should be at.
Yeah,
No.
I think that's a good idea.
Really,
with a
really
very
fast.
nice
I do actually have a
Silver
little
Forge
bit of a question
big
about how
miniatures.
this is going to work.
Mhm.
Just in the sense of like, we roll initiative. We're all kind of packed in a pretty tight line here of like, oh shit, go down the fire escape kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
If, say, for example, I am right behind Dorian Gray. Say Dorian Gray rolls much lower than my mighty 4 that I rolled, I think.
You did.
Okay, good.
You guys can move past each other.
Okay,
There's
so we
enough-
can continue down the fight. It's not just going to be like people tripping over each other and everybody.
You don't have to toss her off the
I'm
side.
gonna say-
I will toss Dorian Gray off the side to get away from. That's probably not true. I'd probably throw Claire though. She'll be fine.
Someone maternal. Get out of my way. All right.
Anyway.
So yeah, you guys can move past each
All
other.
right, cool.
I will allow it. And the black pawn that is sitting menacingly on the edge of the board is, Micah, what you saw and what I just described.
Floating
and now
menacingly.
it's floating menacingly.
Oh yes,
Thank you,
because
Philip.
is lightly taking it off the map.
That does make it seem a lot more menacing. I will
Yes.
call out is when
Yeah, I can just do this the whole
plastic
time.
piece
That's
is just
okay.
like hovering.
How
yeah,
is it doing
well-
that?
Ah!
Oh my god.
This is great for an audio only medium, I must say. Anyway,
I think we painted a pretty good picture of what's going on here with our words.
so you'll notice that Juan is not on this sheet.
He's in 2 pieces downstairs, I think, was
Yeah.
what happened last episode.
That's what it
Juan.
sounded like happened.
At least 2 pieces, potentially more.
So we have the 4 of you guys, Alex, Micah, Nona, Claire, as well as Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray is leading the pack because she very much does not want to be in the vicinity of this thing that apparently killed the previous Dorian Gray. And we've already rolled for initiatives. We have everything set up. And guess who gets to go first? It is Micah, the
What?
mighty 8.
Wait,
Micah,
actually,
what would you
that's
like to
really
do?
Good
Well,
for a D8.
first, I would like to say, having just seen the flesh beast, fuck that.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Not about that.
I fight most things. This thing.
I'm going to armor up my telekinetic armory as an on-turn action.
All right.
And I'm going to also, is this an on-turn action? I think it is. Yeah, I'm also going to activate kinetic transversal. And I'm going to So I'm going to start running on the wall alongside the fire escape.
How you gonna handle that, Jeff?
Well, F
Okay.
you. We're
Yeah,
all in
sure.
a line like some sort of peasants here.
I'm giving y'all more space.
No, it's
All
fair.
right,
It's
so
fair.
you
I'm just jealous is all.
move your miniature off of the fire escape. Then, can you also then move and do things?
Yes.
Okay. So
Those are both on turn actions, which I get as many of as you let me have.
all right, sure.
And so from the wall, I probably can't see the thing anymore, right? If I like moved out of that aperture where it was like right in front of me.
It's actually a little bit down the hallway right now. So if you want to see it, you have to basically peek
gotta
your head
lean.
into the window.
Yeah.
Stand
So-
on the wall and lean. That's a cool visual.
So I think, yeah, I will lean over and I'm going to take a shot at it.
All right, roll to hit.
That's a D20 roll, right?
It is a d20 roll.
Okay, nice. It's been a little bit.
Oops.
18 plus 6.
Oh, that hits. Yeah, that hits.
Take that, you terrifying god abomination.
It's a mighty 1 for 4 damage.
All right.
That's foreboding.
So Micah, you step up onto the side, this sheer wall, and lean in and take a couple shots at it, and it seems to have noticed that and is continuing to come straight at you guys.
Perfect.
The next person is Alex.
All right. So, hearing Micah's reaction, hearing a couple of gunshots, Alex is gonna take that flashbang he had ready and he's gonna chuck it down the hallway because he's still at the top. Not even gonna really look down the hallway. It's pretty much just like
We don't have time to look where
behind
we're
the
throwing.
back. I'm gonna go, Micah, please don't look down there anymore. And then he's gonna take his move to probably not past Claire if he can do that, but just kind of like hurry her down the stairs.
Okay. She's currently on the third level because she's kind of in the middle right now because we didn't have enough space in the space that I drew. So yeah, you go down to the third level after throwing that flash bang. I'm gonna quickly roll a saving throw to see how that affects it. Does not pass. So you throw the flashbang in, tell Micah to look away as you start running down the stairs, and you see the flash come out from the window. You're not entirely sure how that affected it because you started running as soon as you threw it.
Absolutely.
It's got a lot of eyes.
It
It's
does have a lot of eyes.
a lot of eyes into which light could go.
Mm-hmm.
What are its number of ears? What about the bang part of this flashback?
It's an amorphous blob. You could probably there's
Got
a
at
good
least
number
an
of-
ear or two.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
At any given moment in time.
Nona, it's now your go.
Fantastic. I think I just run. I'm far enough down. Like I'm a whole.
You're on the third level, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And then there's also, I can do the whole like readying an action thing.
Sure, yeah, that's something you can do.
Okay. So I'm going to move down to the maximum as far as I can move.
Phil, can you move her?
Is it one
We're going
level?
down 1 square.
Yeah, one level. Also move Alex, who's also moved down 1 level.
That one.
That one, yeah.
No,
Only
no,
one
no.
level.
He
Over to the purple one.
where
Up
where
one.
I was standing. No, stop.
That's
Starts
no,
with two.
nope.
Starts with two.
I'm sorry.
All right,
there
we got this. We
Playing
got
with
this.
minis.
There we
Perfect.
go.
You did it. All right. Okay. So
Wow.
I'm going
Yay.
to like basically ready a if stuff goes to shit action. Like I'm intending to run from this thing, but if something really, really bad happens and it happens to get close to me, I'm gonna shoot it. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Is this a thing that is allowed?
It kind of needs to be a very specific thing that you're readying. So if you can see it, you will shoot at it.
If I can, yes, but like I just want to keep this from auto going off in the sense of like if I see a sliver of it between Claire and Micah's head or something, like
You'll
I
just
don't.
take a shot
If
as
I have a
normal.
clear
Yes.
shot, I would like to shoot at
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
Okay, cool.
So you have moved down and you've taken out your what weapon are you actually
This is
using?
probably the laser pistol because I think that's the only thing I currently have on me because we
Alright.
were going for a low weapon kind of thing.
Cool. So you take out your laser pistol and just keeping your eyes back and seeing what goes on above you, as it is now good old FB's turn.
That stands for Flesh Beast.
Yes, and FB is quite upset. In fact, you hear this ear-piercing roar come out from the window that Alex just threw the flashbang into. You don't immediately see it, but you just hear scratching all over. Very clearly, it seems that agitated by whatever just happened. You do not see it peek its form outside. It stays in that hallway, scratching up everything. Micah, you can just see it's flailing around, obviously.
It's wriggling real good.
It's wriggling real good. Good old Dory's now up, and Dory's going to move. In fact, she just moves twice. There.
Bing bong.
She is flying down the fire escape right now. And Claire goes to join up with Nona as well as she hurries down the fire escape.
Okay, bye.
Yep, basically
What?
just
Good. Yeah.
Dorian Gray's leaving me.
everyone's going. Oh yeah, Dorian Gray's going. Like she is booking it.
And she can run faster than I can.
She took 2 move actions.
I see. Okay.
And we're now back at the top of the order, Mike. It is now your go.
All right. Well, if it's staying in place, I'm gonna shoot it again. Cover everyone who's trying to get away.
All right. So you're sitting in this position that you have right now, continuing to fire down the hallway. Roll to hit.
That's a 10.
10 plus.
10 period.
Oh, that
That's
does
a
not
no.
hit it. Your shot seemed to have hit its hide, and it does not seem to have affected at all. Alex, it is now your go.
All right. Not dead yet. It's not out the window. He's gonna take his move to go down 2 levels of the fire escape.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do that.
Do that.
He runs.
Everyone's running.
Hello.
I mean, that just seems like the correct thing to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nona.
I guess I will take two
Okay.
moves and
So
go
you
as
actually
well.
make it. You're one of the first ones to make it out onto
Yeah.
the ground.
I don't want to ditch everybody else, but like my really high priority right now is not to lose Dorian Gray because they seem like a person who knows things, and I'm a person in need of a lot of information.
Mm-hmm. Are you? You can talk, like it's a free action to try and like talk to
This
her.
doesn't seem like the best time for that because most of my questions are. I'm guessing in the past, Nona has been like, so what do you guys do for fun while we're running from stuff? And people are like, this is not the time to discuss this right now. So she's got enough sort of social savviness to know that running from whatever this is, especially because she hasn't seen it yet,
Right.
but like the one person who has is freaking out. So we're concentrated on getting away, but my focus is very much do not let Dorian Gray knows where they're going. Do not let Dorian Gray leave me here.
All right.
Follow, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So you're trying to keep an eye on her and trying to not lose her in any way. It is now good old FB's turn, and FB is, well, you can't quite tell what it is. You're not even sure if it has emotions, but it comes directly at you.
You don't know if it
Micah.
loves.
It seems to have wiped the flashbang out of its eyes in some way and is barreling down the hallway. It's able to make it to the fire escape. So if you can move the pawn onto that first level. And Micah, it is going to take its scythe-like blades and swipe at you. And it makes 2 attacks.
Because it has 2
okay.
arms.
Because it's got 2 arms.
All right.
At least.
For now. For now, it has
21.
2 arms.
Yeah, that actually does hit.
Amazing.
Right. This
Well,
is...
there's a first time for everything.
That is a total of 9 damage. And
Okay.
it's going to swipe again. It's a 16 to hit, which I
That
don't
does
think
not
hits.
hit.
So it takes this big blade and takes a swipe at you, and you can feel it just wrench through your telekinetic armory. And that
Ow.
hurts.
It ows you.
Fuck.
Yeah. And that is its turn. Dorian Gray, makes it to the bottom level and then starts making her way down the alley that is towards the far end of the board. So I'll probably put her, just
We really should have action shots of this.
put her there. Action shots?
We can put them together later in a slideshow about where Dorian Gray is going, just watching this purple pawn progress across this whiteboard. Really, it's riveting stuff.
And then Claire, who will join Nona at the bottom of the fire escape. And so how I'm going to play this is you guys will have escaped from this thing if you can make it to the other end of the board here. Make
I like
sense?
that.
Nice.
We're at the top of the order again. Mike, it's now your go.
Okay, so I guess since it was scything me, we're in melee range.
Yes, you guys are.
I guess it.
Which means making ranged attacks will be a little bit more difficult against
That's
or
right.
Possible with
That I don't remember, but don't worry, because I'm gonna flicker out my telekinetic gun and bring in my I-beam.
I love the I-beam. It's been so long.
It's been a good long while.
And I'm gonna take a crack at it.
All right.
It's another 4, which means 10 total.
That is
Come
not
on.
a hit.
We need to buy you. I should have gotten you better dice for Christmas.
Alex.
Hold on. I think
Oh,
We're
are you
gonna
gonna
do more things.
You're gonna do more things.
I mean,
Kissing's
I-
free
I-
action.
Kissing's a free action. Mwah.
I do have a move action, don't
Make
I?
love, not war, Micah.
Yeah, I feel like maybe move a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess you're meleeing.
I was kind of initially meaning to be a little farther away from the fire escape, but this is fine. It gets like an opportunity attack if I run away from it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, because you can't do. You have to do a
Disengage.
retreat as an
Right.
action. Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. Then I'm gonna stay within range of it, but just kind of rotate around. So now I'm above the doorway where it's at.
Okay, so if it wants to focus on you, it has to look up instead of down where everyone else
Yes,
is.
with its 80 eyes.
All right. Alex, it's now your go.
Sick. What?
Oh,
Where
is
am
It's
I moving
above.
over?
That's above. That's
Oh,
not
I
back
see.
in.
Got it.
Maybe here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
probably
better.
better.
Up on the wall.
Yeah,
Got
up
it.
on the wall.
Like a spidery man.
Just spider things.
It's hard to put three
Hashtag
dimensions on a
spider
two-dimensional
things.
plane.
Note
Anywho.
to self. Buy
yeah,
popsicle sticks.
Cool. Alex is gonna start taking off after Dorian Gray. For one move action.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
how far,
to
like
get
around
to
there.
the bottom would be one move action, and you can make a secondary move action if you want to try and catch up with Dorian Gray.
Yeah. For now,
Yeah.
Alex is just gonna kind of book it up the street, kind of getting away from the thing.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. It is now Nona's turn.
Hooray! Running.
Continuing to run.
I mean, I think so.
Mhm.
I think that so we're in a little bit of a space right now where, correct me if I'm wrong, but I appear to be one move action away from being with Dorian Gray and Alex.
Yep.
And if I went 2 move actions, I would be at the front of the pack, but I don't really feel like I know where I'm going.
Mhm.
So could I use my move action to kind of catch up to the rest of them and then try and shoot the thing now that it's out and on the...
Sure. Yeah. If you'd like.
Okay, that seems to be the thing that makes most sense to
you
me.
guys can see this whole thing going down
Because it's on the fire escape
It's
now.
on a fire escape. It's,
Yeah.
it's vertical. It's up.
Yeah.
What is the range of the thing that you're firing with? Because it's probably farther than 30 meters away. if it's
So
like
if 30 meters is a shotgun. 100 meters for optimal and 300 for...
For max range.
Maximum.
Yeah. So you don't get any negative effects from
Okay, cool.
firing from this distance. Yeah. You can certainly do that.
Perfect. Great. Then that's what I am going to do.
Okay.
Cool.
Roll to attack.
Is that's a D20's roll to hit.
Yes.
I haven't shot something in so long since the bears.
Also,
I
Nona.
move first. Yeah. Can you move Bunhead up to? Yeah. She wears her hair in a bun because it is the most optimal hairstyle. I got an 18 plus something. Is that the attack bonus?
So 18 plus your dex plus
Plus
your
my dex.
shoot
Plus my dex.
plus your
I
attack
think the
bonus.
sheet next
That's
to ATK does tally it up for you.
Oh, that's a 4. So 22.
That hits.
I shot something.
You hit it
guys,
real
I
good.
did it. Okay. So
Roll damage.
yeah. Oh, a mighty 1d6. Perfect. That is 5 points of damage. Woohoo! Laser pistol. Get it.
Get him.
Pew pew.
That was
Come on,
more than
Jeffrey,
Micah did.
Get him.
That's true. I'm not insecure about it. It's fine.
Well, you need people to challenge you. If you're always the best one at things, then you won't want to hang out with us
I am-
anymore.
Usually best at one thing.
So it is now FB's turn. It is quite upset about how things are going currently. It sees you, Micah, above it, trying to probably distract it, I think, to some extent. Is that if that's correct?
Yep.
Hey, look at me.
But you can see it. Well, it can't really turn its head because it's just this mass.
You can tell the
Does it
attention focus.
rotate?
The attention is not on you, though. It seems to then focus its attention on Dorian Gray. And as it does that, it starts to slither down the wall, giving you an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I'm
if you'd like
taking
to
that.
Take that.
Heck yeah. 20 to hit.
That hits.
Hooray. I think that's the lowest roll we've had to hit, so we're learning things. I'm writing that down for later.
And 9 damage.
This thing looks back at you. It focuses your attention and makes a hiss almost from its shapeless form as it starts to slither and make its way down the fire escape, actually down the side of the building itself. And because it doesn't have to take the stairs, it's able to move 2 levels in 1 move action, and then get right up next to who is that? Is that Claire?
That's Claire.
It moves right next to Claire.
Oh, so it
wait.
went 4 levels down?
But
It doesn't have to take the fire escape. It's just going right down.
Oh, no, but it started here. That's 2, and then Claire is outside the third
Which
one.
is another 2.
Can it hit Claire? Because
No,
it's
it,
like-
it can't hit Claire. This is
okay.
its second action, but it is next to
It
Claire.
is
But-
incapable of hitting Claire. It just can't.
just like any reasonable
we
creature.
all?
Move it next to Claire, please.
But so it is okay. So it's like actually there.
yes,
Okay.
it is moved, scaled the entire side of the building in 1 move action.
Okay,
Well,
That is
that's
something that you can also do since you're
I-
walking on the side of it. Just so
I
you're
plan
aware.
to.
Damn
Thank you.
it.
Dorian Gray, seeing that it has come down the side of the wall and is right next to this small child.
Yeah, what you gonna do, Dorian
Yeah,
Gray?
what you gonna do?
You
We're
can
not
see it.
taking care of our space
She still has
child.
the mask in front of you, but you can see there's a
Body
thought.
language.
There's some thinking happening here, and you can just see her like curse to herself. And she goes to her side and she takes out a really interesting looking knife. It's you guys have seen tech level 4 knives before. They have like the nanites and they cut through things really easy. This has some bizarre, odd markings almost all over it, even on the blade itself. And as she takes it out, she plants herself fully and makes a single swipe motion and makes an attack.
No one wants that knife.
It's a critical threat. Well, it's
Whoa.
a 20. It's a nat 20. So that hits.
Woo! Congratulations on beating yourself up, Jeff.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's be honest. You like Dorian Gray more than you like Flesh Beast. This is going great for you.
Oh, I like them both though.
I mean, yeah, but
So as she makes this attack, it's obvious, very, very clearly like it looks like a melee weapon. But as she slices through the air, you can just see across the flesh beast's hides just start to split and get peeled in 2, almost in time with as she cuts. And she rolls, oh my god, 11 damage.
Damn.
are we gonna kill this thing?
All right.
It got pissed off at 9. I think it might be mortal, which is more than I thought at the beginning of this episode, I will say.
And it shrieks at that. Claire seems beside herself. She does a full withdrawal and ends up on the sidewalk with her back against the wall. And then is like reaching for her laser pistol because she did a full withdrawal. She can't make an attack action, but she is just pointing down on this thing. We're at the top of the order again.
Yes. that means I get to go soonish.
All right. I'm going to swap out the I-beam quickly, get my telekinetic rifle back, and I'm going to take a shot from on high.
All right. Yeah.
And
take
I've got
a shot.
a normal range of 200 feet, so I'm assuming that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
20 to hit.
That hits. You guys are rolling pretty damn well today.
And that's 12 damage.
Do you remember
Pew,
what you rolled the
motherfucker.
first time for damage the first time you hit it? I think it was like 4.
I rolled a 1 on the die, yeah.
Okay, so it was 4 damage.
Yes.
For no reason whatsoever.
Are you keeping track of how much damage you're doing to it?
Yes.
Known as a computer.
All right. Are you
and
going to move as well?
I am, actually. So I'd like to
Slither down that building.
I'm going to haul it down the side of the building, just like it did, but with feet. And I'm going to...
Oh, wait. Important question. When it was going down the side of the building, was it still hovering like a foot off the surface, or was it actually
Yes.
like sliding?
Yeah. It does not appear to fly. It appears to project itself above a surface, a certain amount.
Somebody write that down. I'm writing this down on the off chance that we face more of these.
All right. Anyway, so I'm going to try and end up next to it. It didn't move from where it was before. Am I next to it?
No. So it took 2 move actions to get all the way down, whereas you took one move action and a shot. So you are about halfway up the building right now. Another move action will take you all the way down.
Yeah, roughly there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. I thought-
roughly there.
Okay. Now
Does
that makes sense. That makes sense.
All right. Alex, it is your go. What is
Cool.
Alex going to do?
Alex is going to he has to take an action to ready a pistol. So kind of like seeing Claire left behind. He's gonna reach into his backpack and kind of fumbling around in there, eventually grab the pistol, doing that as he kind of runs over and is like, okay, we have to go. Kind of doing that. But that move action and readying a pistol is gonna be the turn.
Okay, cool. Nona, it is your go.
Great. I think I'm going to shoot at it again.
Okay, you all guys are focusing fire on it.
Well,
Make a roll.
I'm very much a follower, and right now I'm following Dorian Gray, and Dorian Gray attacked at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we might be able to take it, you guys.
Okay.
Teamwork. Yeah. Okay, great. So let's see if we can roll well again, because yeah. Fantastic. That's a 19 on the dice, which means a 23 to hit,
That's going to hit.
which we know hits it because a 20 hits it.
Mhm.
I wrote that down.
Stop mitigating the AC.
I just want to know roughly how strong it is, okay?
Yeah. How much damage?
2.
All right. It is now
At least
its
I'm
turn.
contributing. Oh, actually, also I can move.
If you'd like, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move kind of between Alex and Dorian Gray. Kind of like group up,
Okay. Yeah.
be a team. Can you grab Bunhead,
Oh.
move her over there?
There.
Yeah. So I really don't want Dorian Gray to go anywhere, but I'm also like a little bit torn right now because like family and protect the Phoenix Pham and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're thinking.
So you guys have unleashed an absolute onslaught on this thing. It's been blinded. It's been shot several times. It's been cut by this weird dimensional knife. And you can see it just quickly focusing all of its eyes on all of you at different times. And it's just, you see it calculating something. And in some of its eyes, you can see this faint white light, and it starts to grow more and more until this light seems to shine almost through these gaps in its hide and armor. And then, as quickly as it appeared, bloop, it's gone from in front of you. It appears to have teleported away. And that's the end of combat.
Okay. I tell you guys, it was really my mighty 2 damage at the end there that really, really scared it off.
Outside of it, you guys were really close to killing it. It had like 5 HP left.
Oh no.
I'm not going to write that down
No.
because that would be metagaming.
Yeah. But so this pressure that you guys were feeling all in that moment before it struck, it immediately just lifts away again. And it's almost as if this haze has gone. And you guys are all left standing here, Micah halfway up the wall on a building.
Like she do, to be fair. That's a
And
normal Tuesday
the
for
rest
her.
of you gathered nearby with Dorian Gray. And let's take a pause real moment to remove this stuff from in front of us. So if you want to pause real quick. All right. I feel safe again. I've got my wall up again.
Yeah.
Able to read all of my notes without having to worry about you guys also seeing said notes.
Well, I was about to say I'm trying really hard not to see said notes, but given that I'm the farthest from you, I don't think I was ever the concern in the first place.
No, yeah, you're on the opposite end of the
Basically in a different room.
table. So to recapture the scene, you guys ran from this thing. Alex was able to stun it for a brief moment with a flashbang. Micah was able to put out quite a bit of hurt on it, along with the help of Dorian Gray and her knife, as well as Nona with a couple of shots from her own
Nona
pistol.
also helped.
Nona also helped. I mean, more than Alex or Claire.
It's true.
Um,
It's not like I stunned it, like you said.
oh, sorry. Then Claire.
Yeah, Claire was getting. That's okay. No one expects anything from her. Everybody did a great job. Good teamwork, everyone. Side notes to Claire: maybe go invisible next time.
Claire lived, and that's what's important.
Very important.
So
I'm not actually going to say that to her. I'm not a monster.
this thing was able to deal out some serious damage to your tank. And
aren't you just so pleased about that?
No,
Jeffrey?
It's a
and
flesh wound.
Claire, I was terrified when it got next to Claire.
Oh,
I'll
good.
be honest, because if it had decided to attack her, that wouldn't have gone well.
That'd been fun.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Yeah, I guess you do have your bio side.
I don't have anything.
Oh,
You don't have like a.
I used
whatever
my
the-
flashbang. I'm
The
useless.
space equivalent of spare the dying or whatever. No.
No.
Okay.
Alex is an unremarkable, sad man. That's it.
Sorry, I
And-
assumed you were a healer.
So we go back into the scene where Dorian Gray, Claire, Alex, and Nona were huddled up against the side of a building that was adjacent across the street from the building that you guys just ran from. Micah is about halfway up said building on the side of the wall.
Mhm.
And Dorian Gray starts by saying, all right, well, I'm going to go. And starts.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Ms. Gray, I have a lot of questions that I think potentially only you can answer. And we did just help you defeat the very scary flesh monster. I'm hoping that we could maybe exchange of information here.
I told you guys everything that I know about.
Oh, yeah. No, I want to know about a person called Deacon. They've been on your planet recently.
A lot of people come to Orisiame. The name doesn't sound familiar
But you knew stuff about me.
because I looked you guys up.
Can you look up Deacon?
And at this, he's taken aback by the forwardness of everything.
As most people are.
Not here, not now. Can we move somewhere else?
Yes.
Hey, are you sure that thing is gone? I'm gonna call down from the wall. I'm like looking around, swiveling my gun around.
For now, I guess. I didn't realize it could teleport. So,
How is that what it did?
All right, well,
yeah.
more information. It can go anywhere. It's like, great.
I mean, if that is the thing that's been watching us, yes, we can assume it has.
Why did it use the stairs to come up?
It's all about aesthetic. It's all
It
about
wanted to be
aesthetic.
dramatic.
A thump. Why do birds not fly all the time? Sometimes it's an energy thing. Sometimes it's just for the looks.
Right. Well, cool. Great. Kind of like looks over at Claire, like small thumbs up. Like, you okay?
Yeah. What was that thing? And as Micah and Alex, as you guys try and piece together what happened, as you go over, like, okay, it was coming up the stairs and stuff like that. And Micah, the first thing that you saw from it, little bits and pieces seem to be losing their fidelity. Like you can't quite grasp, like, oh, was it floating? No. I think it was walking. No, it wasn't in it. And as you try and grasp more and more of what you saw, you're thinking it must have been some. No. It can't have been that. It was obviously some rogue psychic or something came to attack Dorian Gray for stepping on their turf. And as you try and grasp these memories more and more, something else takes its place until you don't remember what you were facing before. What we
It
just
was-
Son
described.
of
It was a bear that came.
No, it was a person, wasn't it, or like a rogue
Pretty
psychic?
sure it was a bear. That was.
Nona was
Urson?
going to raise her hand.
Yes, Nona.
This is one of those weird psychic things that you all seem to be affected by. It was can I describe it, or do we get the weird staticky noise again?
You can absolutely describe it. Yes.
All right, great. So,
That's
seeming
not,
very similar to our
That's
work.
not what bears look like.
No, it is not what bears look like. You are correct, Alex. I honestly assumed y'all had just. I've never seen one of these before, but I've never seen a lot of things before. So I just kind of assumed that this was a thing. Is this particularly weird?
Well, what you just described is pretty weird. You're sure it wasn't just like a really big person with like a knife that gave me this cut?
That walked along the wall and
I
got
walk
I
along
don't
walls.
remember
Can
that
do
part.
that.
down to Claire.
I don't remember
yeah,
that.
some people can.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's not really important what it was. Suffice to say that it was weird.
And at this, Dorian, you feel Dorian Gray reach out and put her hand on your shoulder and say, "They're not going to remember. You might as well give up now. We'll figure something out later."
Nonsense. I never give up. To an obnoxious degree, actually, I might add. No, we'll just nod at this and all right.
Mm-hmm.
We're bonding.
Can we?
Wow.
You guys have a boat. Can we go to the boat and just?
We can. Nona
Well,
is so excited to
Hold up. I'm like, yes, but you remember the same thing that Nona's talking about?
Not important right now. You guys can't.
I mean, we have
going to
plenty
the
to
boat.
discuss when we walk over
Fine,
to.
fine. We can go to the
We
boat.
can walk and talk at the same time.
I have coffee. Do you like coffee?
We still don't have tea.
You-
God damn, I need to stop
You
at the
understand?
store.
It's like 10 at night, right?
So
No, I'm.
you don't
I'm
have
fine.
you don't have a cup of coffee
decaf.
before
we
bed.
just don't have tea. We don't have tea, and this is a very
We
big
don't.
problem.
I threw out all the
I
decaf.
got it on literally. Actually, this is a thing that I wanted to share from earlier. I've got it at the top of my shopping list just from last time. It just says tea. For God's sakes, tea,
Because Claire likes tea, but not coffee.
not coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll drink coffee, but I prefer black tea.
Exactly.
Oh my
We
God.
got 2 out of the 4 of our Phoenix fam did not have their.
All right.
Anyway,
And I just want to explain this feeling a little bit more for the people that I'm sorry, I don't know a better way to handle this. The more you try and it's very similar to when you try and hear the word or read it or something like that. The more you try and grasp onto it or have someone like tell you that this is what it is or something like that, the more you try and hold on to it, the more it almost fights back. And every
like that.
time like Nona's trying to explain this, you're like, no, wait. That doesn't make any sense because of this. And like the more you hear, the less you believe like what actually happened. So if it's something that you don't focus on too much, that you keep in the back of your mind something that you can maybe entertain, but that the more you try and grab onto this memory, the more it almost slips through your fingers.
It was the Northern Lights. Localized
At this
entirely to
time
the hole.
May I see it?
Damn it, you beat me to it.
No, you may not see it. Seymour, the house is on fire.
It's just the Northern Lights, mother. All right, anyway, so we all of us, all 5 of us are going to go back to the boat, and then we're going to do the standard like pull away from the shore and like, just so no one, not
so
even
you guys are
superstars.
actually going to embark, right?
That was sort of my
Disembark?
thought.
No, embark.
Embark.
Yeah.
Disembarking is coming off and going back onto land. You land lubber.
You ever been on a boat?
I have been on a boat.
I like boats.
I've been on a boat with you.
Flesh boat.
Oh my God. Wow. You see
Anyway,
that?
yeah, so let us assume that we can have some conversation, but we're going from where we are back onto the boat. And then we're also going to, I don't know, I feel safer being not at a dock on the boat, but other people can feel free to
No,
if we pull out into the ocean,
that's-
then or into the water, whatever it is,
Mhm.
like Dorian Gray couldn't reach us there. Maybe Flesh Beast can't reach us there. It's a good enough theory.
If it's after dark and we've got the lights on, it'll be easier to spot us, is one thing.
Why would we have the lights on?
We don't have to.
We'll have one
I'm just
light on
saying.
as a treat.
I can. Okay.
It's cool. I like hanging out in the water.
Okay. No, we'll just go back to the dock and
Hey,
we'll
no, I
leave it
like it.
on the dock for now. But at the nearest sign of anything interesting happening, Nona's totally ready to just go and be out in the middle of the water.
Okay. So as you guys make your way, it's not actually that far where you parked your boat because your purpose was to go to this building and you
Yeah, it's
didn't
true.
want to do a big walk. So it is a pretty quick walk. You guys get on your boat and able to.
While we're walking really fast, I want to lean over to Dorian Gray and say, "Hey, Miss Gray, if I say the word."
Do you say it out loud?
but like a low tone because I want to spare my colleagues.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be like, if I say the word, do you understand what that is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Fantastic. You cannot understand how difficult it has been to try and get this across to these others here. I thought, well, it's very hard.
Yeah, honestly, the less people know about them and the less they interact with them, the better off that they are. As clearly you can see, they are a force to be reckoned with. Is this your boat here?
Yeah, the Calvin are out.
Calvin or out. I thought it was the "Are you Calvin or out?"
Yeah, that's a long name though, so I like to shorten it. I try to be hip like that.
Are used in parentheses.
Everything's in parentheses.
Except for out. It's just called the out.
So you guys are able to make your way onto the boat and embark, and you have Dorian Gray, this person that you've been looking for to try and get to the bottom of this whole thing. You have an understanding of, well, actually, I guess Alex and Micah and Claire are now the more you try and draw the lines back to the weird things that were happening at the crime scene, the more you're like, oh, maybe that was just paint. Maybe that it was just an assassination attempt. And then back of your mind, Micah, you're like, but this still doesn't make sense because you knew Von McRaven. That's not something that he would do.
Yeah.
And you're whenever you try and parse like this whole thing, there's a battle going on in your mind, and it makes things harder to think through.
Crap, Alex, are you making some coffee?
Oh, it's already ready.
Okay, I think I need one.
Okay. Try not to drink too much. It's
Got
late.
this headache. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and apparently
No,
too
fine,
much
fine, I'm
everything
fucking
is
with you.
bad.
Oh man, what day is it? Okay, so
Actually, I have no recollection of what day it is. How long
It's
have we been
been 5 days, I think, since you
Since you
guys
looked at me?
arrived at. What?
here? Cocked your head to the side and said,
Oh,
Sorry, my bad.
Wow,
It's been
that's a
5 days
song
since we've
reference.
arrived
It was
here.
1 week. I can't remember.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I think it's been 5 days total on this planet.
Yeah, 5 days in total on this planet. So you're still under the wide awake serum, the effects of that, Alex.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm
But
counting the days.
you're
Not
on
much
day
longer.
6 because you.
Yes, one day before.
Oh yeah, this is not going to happen in an inconvenient time whatsoever.
Oh, I mean, it makes him not need to sleep.
And then I'm pretty sure he conks out for an entire day, don't you?
Is that? I don't.
It doesn't
remember that
say
being a
anything
thing.
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I must be misremembering. I was just expecting like us to be like running from the flesh beast or whatever, and then just Alex face plants, and we gotta like drag him with us on the rest of the adventures.
Snapping.
You know, really weekend at burning it up.
What is the next plan here? Obviously, Dorian Gray mentioned she has contacts with Jordan Donahue and has suggested you talk to him because he has a lot more information than she does.
Well, I'm gonna let Micah drive the plot because Nona is not interested in this whatsoever.
All right. Well, with mug of coffee in hand, I guess I'll go over to Dorian Gray. Say, so you everything you were telling us about before was pretty wild, but you seem like you were telling the truth. Do you want to tell us a little more about what just happened there with the person or thing or
Not bear.
what
More importantly,
or
can
ow,
I've been thinking
can
about.
she?
I've been thinking about it as the not bear, and it's helped a little bit.
whatever that was, if not like what it was, like the context. Do you have any of that?
The more I seem to discuss with people who have seen it, that this happens to, the more they seem to reject it. So I don't think I can give you any more context.
Could you give me more context?
By extension, I would be giving them less context, but sure.
Okay, y'all two go somewhere else. Close your ears.
So there's no way out. It's freezing up. Like
She shoves you below deck.
Exactly. You can go below deck.
I'm sure you guys have talked to the acolytes of the end. Is that correct?
Yes.
These are the things that they worship.
Right.
It appears that only people who have psychic predilections, as well as perhaps torch themselves, are able to perceive these things. Anyone else, if they see it, they lose it. They lose this eye.
Are you a
feeling.
torch psychic as well then?
She goes silent at that. I'd prefer not to say. Are you a torch psychic?
Yes.
All right. What kind of ability do you have?
Well, because you remember, Jeff, several episodes ago, I spent an entire night researching psychics.
Right.
I was intending to use this on a battery man there, but I now have a bunch of useless information about what kind of psychic I theoretically am.
All right. What kind of what do you tell her?
So, isn't there like there's the meta one, the type of psychic that interferes with other psychics' powers, kind of thing?
A meta scion.
Yeah. So my story is that I am a meta scion, basically, and I'm going to go into a ridiculous amount of detail about every single time I have used this power. I've made up a story about when Tony and I interacted. Oh, there was this great time with this one guy who was just the worst. Who, like, he tried to use his mind reading powers on me, and then I zapped him real good. Like,
so info dumping to try and hide the lie.
100%.
Can you make a quick charisma talk check, please?
Fine, I guess. Wait, where's my good? There's my good D20.
It's not D20, it's 2D6.
2D6. I don't have a good one of those yet. Hold, please. Okay, not bad.
Good dice aren't born, they're made. That
7.
was a pretty good die.
So as you're going through this diatribe of all of this information, it seems like either Dorian Gray is believing it or doesn't care whether or not it's true.
That is exactly what I was going for.
And she speaks up and says, so my friend Jordan Donahue, you may have heard his name around.
From you, mostly. And the shipping.
Right. Yes. Anyway, he has some information about these things. He's been looking more into them, about maybe getting people to be able to see them. I don't know the process yet, though. I don't have my stuff on me, but I can look up Deacon when I get back. I doubt I'll find anything. You don't even have a last name to go off of?
No, but I can give you a precise date when he was on the planet and general appearance description and that sort of thing. I'm really worried because I think he's going after some friends of mine.
I can look it up.
I appreciate that.
I don't have that information on hand.
Well, that's understandable. We are on a boat in the middle of nowhere.
And Dorian Gray calls below deck and says, we're done talking about it, so you guys can join back in.
Okay, great.
All
yeah.
right.
It's actually much more comfortable down here. There's like, you know,
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah, we've got
actually
heating
better.
down there, but
barely. It's just one big room.
it keeps the body heated.
So I guess the most important question is, what are we going to do next?
So
Because I feel that we are horribly unprepared to tackle something of this magnitude, but Ms. Gray here seems to have a lot of faith in us.
yeah, well,
It's not my job. I just figured if you wanted to know, you would know. Let's leave it at that. If you want to do it, great. If you don't want to do it, I don't care. This is the information I was giving to Hunter Kane and Vaughn McRaven that night.
Might I suggest, if you do have some sort of desire to have a particular outcome here, that you plus us working together seems to have fared rather well this evening. I'm not saying this is necessarily your fight. I'm not saying this is necessarily my fight. I'm just saying if we want to come to some sort of conclusion, if you are giving information to bring about a certain end, maybe all of us sticking together isn't the worst plan in the world.
And she thinks that over and says, look, I don't know what you guys are about. I have a good thing going here. I'm planning on sticking around here for quite a bit longer. So what are you suggesting?
Well, you were suggesting that we go visit Jordan Donahue and get some information.
If you want more information
and
about what I already
then
gave you, yes.
bring it to elsewhere and dump that information, and something good will come of that. The details, to be fair for me, are a bit fuzzy. But that seems all generally around here focused. And so if this was something you wanted to have happen anyway, if we all were attempting to accomplish this together, you know, you and your fancy knife and your mask and whatnot, it just seems strictly better, I guess, for all of us to try to accomplish this one objective. Mike can get what she wants. Eventually Alex will be allowed to leave. that sort of thing. It just seems like a good. Listen, you seem fairly cool and you seem fairly competent. And in my past experience, sometimes when people who are fairly cool and fairly confident leave, they end up not being alive anymore. And so I'm a little bit worried about that. I think that people in groups are stronger than people by themselves. As far as I've been able to figure, I might be wrong. I don't really know all that much. But in general, it seems like your interests and our interests are aligned. And if we all stick together to the successful conclusion of this, it's more likely to be a success. If that is indeed what you want to have happen, which it seems like you do. Like, war raging on forever seems like not a great plan for anybody. And so one way or another, maybe this ending could be good. And also, I cannot stress this enough. We do not know what we are doing. I need you to know this. We seem like I don't know what I'm doing here. No one knows what they're doing here. Dude, please,
take
please.
Nona by the shoulder at this point.
I was
like, all right,
way sooner.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a good pitch. Lots of good points, Nona. Let's bring it in, and we can hear what she has to say. Any thoughts?
I'm gonna no, I can't do that at all. I really want Dorian Gray to come on this.
I'm fully aware of that.
We can tell. I think it's pretty obvious.
And she takes a moment to go over all the things that you were saying.
I mean, I have an opinion if we're going to be discussing this. I'm fine helping somebody, your adoptive father, Micah, or whatever. But yeah, the idea of stopping a war is kind of a little bit beyond my ken. This isn't something that, I feel capable of or particularly want to try to do.
I don't know whether or not I could stop a war. I've never tried before.
Yeah, well...
So obviously, I mean, even things with Vaughn aside, this is some pretty huge stuff you were talking to us about. Could totally turn the tide of the war, and obviously that's something that I care about a lot. I think we're trying to take things one thing at a time with our group here, and if it's a deal breaker for you two, but you're willing to do the stuff for helping us get break Vaughn out, I'll appreciate the help, and maybe we see where things go from there. But I don't think that we're in a position to throw everything into a tizzy over the stuff you were telling us, even if you seem pretty trustworthy, like you know what you're talking about. And I definitely do care, but I'm not sure now's the time.
Jeff, important question for you.
Yes.
Does Claire have an opinion? If she's here and in this group, let's consult the fourth member.
I think this information is important. My village was obviously one of the ones that was attacked. This is happening elsewhere too. And not just to people that are enemy combatants, but civilians. I'd like it to end and do my part if I can. Yeah. And after this discussion, Dorian Gray speaks up and says, a lot of what I do is under the radar. It is cloak and dagger. The only people that really know me are the people that I directly interact with or the people that I directly affect. I tried to keep that on the lower end of things because the less people know about me, the safer I am. And the more information you can put out there that is incorrect and unsubstantiated, the more I directly interact with things, the more I take a stand, the more power I lose in that regard. I become a known quantity, something that is not just a shadow on the wall, but something that is an entity, a person. I'll have to think on this. And unless you guys go to try and continue this discussion, she makes her way towards the back of the boat and sits on the edge of it with her legs hanging off on the side, takes out the knife that you saw her use on the the more you think about it, you can't remember what she used it on.
Right.
And she starts whittling away at a piece of wood that she seemed to have.
Leave the boat alone. Don't cut the boat.
So also just calling out, that does mean she's rich, right? Because we're on a planet where there's no...
And she's carrying around pocket
or
wood.
she's stolen pocket wood. She's either rich or very crafty. This is a thing of note.
Yep, you got it.
You got
That's
it.
what it was.
Sorry.
No. It obviously she could have found it anywhere, but
Yeah.
it is of note because it's not just something you can pick. You can't just pick up a stick off a street. You need to find wood or have it imported or something.
Maybe it's left over from Cyril Sharpclaw's place.
Maybe. So she leaves you guys to it. She doesn't really seem to immediately want to leave. You guys are in the middle of, you've embarked, so you're a bit ways away. As you look over towards Jade, it is just a nice like cascade of lights and twinkling, and some parts of it are a lot more lit up than others, some spires. So she leaves you guys to it. What do you want to do? Are you guys going to have more discussion about what the next steps are? Obviously, she's given you a bombshell of information, and as well as a lead to who might be able to give you more information. The name that you've heard pop up a couple of times, Jordan Donahue, owns Donahue Shipping, is a bit of a playboy from what you've heard.
Is he?
Oh,
I need to write that down.
He is.
Incredibly important.
It's not super important, but he is.
Well, that just means, to me, it just means he's Batman. Like, he's running that life of like, and we've got enough information right now. He's running that life of like, oh, notorious playboy, this person. You're like, yeah, they're secretly a superhero.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
So what do you guys discuss? Do you just turn in for the night? Micah, you're operating on like 3 hours of sleep.
And I just had a cup of coffee.
And she
it could
just
be
had a
decaf.
cup of coffee.
I don't think
Nonsense.
It was decaf. I was
We don't
having
have decaf.
Alex's coffee. I don't think it was decaf.
No, it was not.
No.
It was also really bad.
It was also really bad coffee.
So I do want to pull everyone together a little bit
Sure.
before we turn in.
Secret below deck conversation.
Yeah, with Claire, obviously. And say, so look, and I'll turn to Claire and say, like, all this news and this stuff is like really important to me too, and I think that we should follow up on it. I understand with you two if it's not your stake in things, and I do think for the short term I want to prioritize freeing Vaughn, because I think he's the first best step in being able to really do something about the other stuff she was telling us about. But I don't think we lose too much if we just go and talk to this Donahue, get a little more information, and work from there, but still have Vaughn be the number one priority, which is what you guys said you were okay with helping out with, which I do appreciate. That's where I'm at with it, just to kind of get all the cards out. Yeah. Are y'all down? Maybe like tomorrow?
No, it's understandingly.
Poke in.
She does not know what is going on.
Okay.
No.
Do you want to go tomorrow? Are you fine if we like go and just like knock on this Donahue's door just to see what he has to say?
Yeah, of course we can go talk. I'm just, what have we done? You know, we came out here to an island, you know, somewhere else. We came to this planet to find your people, Micah. And we found them and we got them out, and there's one more person that we have to get out, and I fully understand that and I can help there. But this other task that, you know, I was not prepared for, mentally, physically, emotionally, religiously, just kind of, you know, sprung into our laps. And now we're what? We're trying to take in international super spies because we can take care of them. And, you know, we're the safe place. This is the safe place. This boat that is essentially borrowed is a floating sanctuary.
Boats are safer than not boats.
I think more people have died on boats. I don't know if that's
Yeah, challenge.
No, I guess that's true. It doesn't feel like it because no, I guess I could just kind of trip and die anywhere. But this boat, this Are You Calvin or Out is the sanctuary where that one, the one with the galactic knife can like hang out. I'm just.
Oh no, I was hoping she would protect us.
Okay, it didn't seem that way. I don't know. It seems like it was the other person that we just kind of, you know, found out with military history. The bear, Arcos. He was safer with us too, with flesh beasts. And
to be fair, I did not know about the existence of flesh beasts yet. That was new information to me. In general, I have found, and I apologize if I'm acting under unsound heuristics here. But in general, people who leave and go off by themselves have a tendency to die more than people who hang out with us, was the general rule I was operating under. And I'm sorry if that's not true. I'm going to be completely honest. Most of the time, I don't really know what's going on, but I've developed an affinity for certain people. Yourselves are the highest in my mind here, but sometimes I like people, and I found that sometimes when people leave, bad things happen to them. And so far, we've got this group going where, yeah, sure, we've been chased by people and people have shot at us, but in general, we've gotten off pretty okay. And I feel like I have a part in that. And I feel like I can stop people from dying if they hang out with us.
You can feel that way until it doesn't work. And in this line of work, hanging out here with not bears, with whatever that thing is, with psychics, with cults and everything, it will fail. So taking that, I understand. I understand what you're trying to say, but
I'm sorry.
No, you don't. No, you're fine. You're fine. It's not anything you have to apologize about.
Oh, well, listen, I think that keeping together ourselves, keeping to our own, that's a good way for everyone to get what they want and to come out on top, in my opinion. I'm not sure we need to bring in every stray person to try and protect them or whatever, but I think like our group, we've got a good thing, and sticking together I think would be good. So what you said isn't totally wrong, Nona.
So just our group, not the others. Although to compare the two, I think if we were to have others in our group, I think you are correct. I think Arcus the Ursum might not be the strongest member, but Super Spy with the knife that shoots out really cool rays of slashy things might be good to have around, assuming they're willing, of course. I don't know. I would like to keep all four of us safe and alive, and groups seem to be good. So I guess I've just been trying to add on to those groups, if that makes sense, because the more people you have in the group, the stronger it is, right?
Not always.
I don't know. We don't.
Sometimes you can have a weak link. It's not really the point. I get where you're coming from, Nona, but Alex isn't totally wrong. Things obviously can get dangerous, like whatever that was that we just dealt with. Should probably stitch this up, actually, like cut in my side wherever I got that. It seems like she gave her answer. She likes to fly solo. That's up to her. That's her business.
Okay.
Look, I don't know. I can't. The only thing I want to do going forward, kind of immediate next steps, we can go talk to this man and we can listen to what he has to say, but we can't lose sight of what we were trying to do. We're trying to help you, Micah, and by doing that, and we do that by helping Vaughn. So and we can listen to what he has to say, but that is our end goal. And we don't have any more help or any more plan for how to help Vaughn.
Yeah, the plan was get over here and find Dorian Gray because she met with Vaughn to tell him something. Now we kind of know what that is. So following up on it, that's the best thing we can do. We've got the other team who left the rest of my group, and they're covering a different part of the Vaughn plan, but this is what ours is, to figure out what he was involved in, something about why he was captured. And so talking to Donahue is the next and kind of only step that we really have on that.
Okay.
That's what we have for our job.
Cool. Great.
Okay.
All right.
If everyone's still on board. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Clap on 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 3 break.
Phoenix Pham.
I think I need to go to bed.
Yeah. Nona's
So-
gonna go above deck.
Okay. Throughout this entire conversation, Claire's been
There.
obviously she's been there. She hasn't obviously offered her opinion. Seems a little withdrawn, closer to herself when you guys first met her than as of recently. Like she seems to be a little withdrawn within herself. So, Nona, you're going above deck.
Yeah. If we break, Nona's gonna go up and play
Okay.
captain.
Alex, what are you doing?
Alex is going to go hang out somewhere quiet.
Okay. And
Okay.
Micah.
If I notice Claire as I was thinking of turning in, I will kind of go over and ask her, "You doing all right, kiddo?"
Oh, yeah, I'm all right. It's a lot happened today.
I know the stuff that she was talking about kind of hits pretty close to home, right?
Yeah.
It's all right. We don't need to talk about it, but no, it is. It's important to me too. All right. I think that sticking with the plan we have now, getting Vaughn out, is the best way that we have to change things and stop all that stuff she was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want you to know that, and that I'm here for your kid. Okay.
Thanks. And she smiles at that and gives you a quick hug.
All right.
But I think I haven't gotten a ton of sleep, so I think I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
So Micah, you turn in as well.
Yep.
Micah and Claire turn in. Alex goes to drink more coffee, and Nona just hanging out above deck with
Yeah.
Dorian Gray still out there, still hanging.
I think
off on the
I
side
think
of
if
the boat.
if I come up, if Dorian Gray is just still chilling there, I'm just gonna go sit next to her.
Are you gonna talk at all, or
Like, not at first.
okay?
I think I'm just gonna kind of be like not too close, but in your general presence, because that worked real well on Alex last time. I'm gonna just call out,
Mm-hmm.
just like kind of be there.
And she acknowledges your presence and
Mhm.
just goes on whittling. So that's how the night goes for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a moment to find my notes. Where are my notes?
Thank goodness.
It's so weird being the only player character who has to sleep.
Weird that.
Soon Alex will need to sleep again until he inevitably takes more wide awake serum. Micah, as you drift off into your slumber, you start to dream.
This is why you're so pissed
This is
off.
why-
I am so excited.
Taking back the curtain a little bit. So when you guys duped Goro Sato, and it ended up being a little bit like early in the morning, I had something prepared. This is the thing that I had prepared, and freaking Micah decided, you know what? I'm not gonna go to sleep. And so this is happening now, and I told Philip this, like, I'm very upset
Yeah,
that
you're
Micah did
kvetching
not
about
sleep.
this like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I
Whenever.
did. And now you finally went to sleep. You
Let's go.
So this is what happens. Micah, as you start to drift off into your dream state, you find yourself in a familiar room. The walls are a dirty metallic, and the smell of rusting mechanical parts fills your nostrils. As your eyes dart around the room, you notice a man sitting at a makeshift desk in front of you. His once cheerful expression has turned to one of disgust and disappointment. He directs your gaze to a small screen. You see yourself in a fit of rage and desperation, throwing boxes through the air with all of your psychic might. And the thought, right, cameras, floats across your mind. You go to protest. You know me. I've been an upstanding worker. My situation shouldn't matter. His expression doesn't change. And you can feel the weight of it again. The weight of that hate, that bigotry. Your paycheck will be docked in light of this. Expect a change in responsibilities as well. There's the door. Before you can say any more words in your defense or even get up from the chair you're sitting on, you feel the chair pulled out the open door, and now you're falling into darkness. You open your eyes, freeing yourself from the darkness. This room isn't familiar. It's a small bedroom, one for a child. A window sits next to the bed, but when you look out, you only see a harsh light that fills the room. You see a dresser with neatly folded clothes and organized jewelry boxes, as well as a bookcase that takes up an entire wall filled with books. A picture is affixed to the dresser's mirror, one of two people, a woman and a child, both oddly familiar. A noise from the other corner of the room catches your attention. It's the child from the picture on the dresser. White hair with piercing blue eyes, full of tears. Micah? She lunges for you and buries her head in your chest. Between gasps and sniffs, she's able to get out. Please, don't make me open that door. I don't want to do it again. Your heart drops as you hear the wood splinter and groan behind you. You see the once normal door expanding and contracting as if it were breathing. Each breath leaves the door larger and larger, becoming larger than the wall itself. The splintering and cracking becomes louder and louder as it is joined with a thunderous pounding on the other side of the door. You look back to see the child in a trance, her eyes now blue headlights, her white hair radiating with a harsh glow. As the light in the room becomes so overpowering, you must close your eyes. And then a voice speaks out. An island lost to time and people, once housing grim designs overseen by silence, now sits undisturbed, tranquil. Gone are the days of ghastly fabrication. Horrid sounds of death and pain no longer walk the halls. The island can finally rest as it awaits a songbird to sing of its forgotten treasures. And then you wake up.
All right, so
I know caffeine does shit to me when I drink it before bed. But
I got
oh my
shit.
God.
also I'm gonna need a copy paste of that.
Oh, yeah, that
I will give that to you.
sounded like
No, I
a
got it.
Forgotten Island.
tiny bit of a prophecy. I mean, I don't know.
Ever seen Jurassic Park?
You know, roughly,
You're going to
yeah.
Jurassic Park.
It's a dinosaur. Oh my god.
Micah,
shit.
you awake
Yeah.
from this. You look around. It's early morning, not one that you might normally would turn over and go back to sleep. But you do see Claire in her sleep next to you in the midst of almost a nightmare. And almost you can see a glow coming from behind her eyelids.
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and gently kind of rock her, try and snap her out of it.
And she wakes up and says, Micah, thanks. I was having a bit of a nightmare. Thank you.
You okay? It seemed like no, you were glowing and doing the thing a little bit actually in your sleep.
Was I?
Don't worry, it's okay.
Okay.
You didn't, I think, say anything out loud. I don't know. I just woke up.
Okay. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. It's all right. You okay? You want some water? You want some coffee? Don't drink coffee. You want some water?
Water would be nice. Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna go over to whatever kind of kitchen setup we have and get her some water.
Okay.
If I'm able to think back on my dream at all, can I recognize the child? Was the child her in
Yes.
waking memory? It was her.
Yeah.
Okay.
It appeared to. You can't describe why you feel this way, but the first part of the dream, that was something that was yours. That was a memory that you had.
Mhm.
Obviously changed a little bit because dreams tend to do that. The other one, you didn't recognize at all. You don't recognize the woman in the photo, but you could recognize the child to be Claire. So maybe that was her room or something. You don't know.
Okay.
Let me add this prophecy.
Sorry,
New
Jeff is.
prophecy
I need to
document.
call out because it's an audio medium. Jeff is incredibly pleased with himself right now. It was very good. You should
Hey.
be. That was a very good scene.
I am very.
That was a
happy with how
very
that
good
went.
scene.
Yep.
I understand now why you're incredibly pissed that Micah didn't go to sleep. That was rocking. That is all.
So, all right. To bring us slightly back into the moment.
Sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna bring the water back to Claire and ask her, do you remember anything from what you were dreaming just now?
Yeah, I was having a dream that I have quite often where it's the day that my village was attacked. I'm sitting in my own room and they come in through the front door. I heard a couple of gunshots, and I think that's when my mother passed. When I heard the gunshots, I went to the door and locked it to my bedroom. And at that time, they started pounding on it, trying to break it down. And I got so scared and so agitated that I blacked out. I think that was the first time I gave a prophecy to the men that, and she trails off.
Oh, Claire,
Wait, you were there. You're not normally there, Micah.
I think you might have connected with me somehow, because I was having the same dream and I was there, and I think I heard what you said.
Oh, anything good?
No. It's bad.
Well, it sounded like you said something about an island that was maybe run by the Silence, but was left alone. And I need to try and remember and think about it a little more. But
Okay.
yeah, I know you don't remember the things that you say, but yeah, yeah, I think we connected.
Oh, well,
And
neat.
yeah, sorry for the
I'm
intrusion.
sorry to bring you into my dream.
Nah,
I didn't mean to do that.
I was having a shitty dream before it anyway. Don't worry about it.
I guess we should tell the others, huh?
We're all in the same room.
We've been
Except
here
this
the whole
whole
there's
time.
only one below
Except
deck.
like straight up, Nona is just silently sitting next to Dorian Gray, just being like, "Bond with me, damn it! This worked before. Why isn't it working?"
Like, Alex, are you just squatting in the corner of the room while you
Like,
sleep?
basically, he's like standing up and around as if he's like been up. He has like a mug of coffee. But yeah, no, he's there. Okay. And see.
Yeah, we can parse all of what that prophecy had to say next time. So that's
On
what.
Shut up,
Seven's
Philip,
Star to the right.
Start the end
What?
credits.
Do it,
Roll
do
the
it.
credits.
Hit the button.
Roll
you
now.
Hit the button.
Now.
What is
Go,
it?
go,
Oh, Jeff, I have so many questions. How many times can we end with that joke?
I really appreciate
We
how
haven't done
you
it very much, actually.
Really, David, I really appreciate how you decided to edit some of the prophecy and make note that there was an incomplete sentence in there and that I used the wrong.
You used the wrong it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did use the wrong it's.
I'm sorry.
You actually,
To be fair, it actually was changed way, way back. If you go way back in the history of it, it was the exact opposite rules.